This is your weekly trip to paradise, Louisiana style. Paradise, Louisiana is presented by Louisiana State Parks. Follow your outside voice to our parks and historic sites. Farm Bureau Insurance. Demco, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative. Pods, moving and storage solved. Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company. Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change. Louisiana Fish Fry Products. And by CCA Louisiana and the CCA Louisiana Star Tournament.
Welcome to another edition of Paradise, Louisiana. Superior Bait and Tackle here on Sagan Lane. And guess who's back?
Hey guys, I'm back. Sorry y'all, it was me versus Flu, and I'm happy to report that I won. So glad to be back.
That's right, Lindsay's back. Hey, Chef KD, glad to see y'all here. Boy, we got some stuff on the fire this week.
We're going to make another trip. We're going to Lafitte. Boy, you talking about fun when you catch and eat. Huh? You know, and the eat part is almost as much fun as the catch. You heard I said almost as much fun. But we made a trip down, back in with Tofield again, his usual media day where he has all the media around and doing this. And then Dickie Brennan, you know, I found out more and more about Dickie Brennan. I saw his name on that list one time where they were against that House bill up in Washington and one of the restaurants, you know, and I said, this is going to be sort of like a conflict of interest. But when I talked to Dickie, he fishes, he hunts, you know, and I think we got his attention. We enjoyed that whole trip.
He cooked enough to get Gary's attention, can I tell you?
You think it's some bribery? You think it's some bribery?
It took a lot.
He knows how to get to it.
He'll bite it hard. You know, and while we're talking that, let me brag on my buddy. KD didn't go, Dickie Brennan says, I'm a chef, I know what they're doing. He stayed there and had a lot of people there that wasn't part of the media.
We had all the sponsors.
And he helped prepare a meal. And what's that special deal you made for me?
Well, I mean, they wasn't going to Brennan, so I did the banana Foster for him. And can I tell you, like the kids just say, we passed a pretty good time?
We sure did. When I come back, they were all talking about it, but they didn't save me none. So we got that. The second day, we got some fishing in Lafitte, and we got so much news and stuff coming up, fish report. There's got a lot of things coming up, but I'm going to be mentioning it all during the show. High school fishing is getting real, real big. One of the stations we're on, called Pelican Network, KPBN, they going to cover the high school tournaments, the next 3 in the state of Louisiana. They're going to cover the weigh-ins live and be out on the water. We're going to assist them the best we can, so we'll keep ready. The first tournament's coming up this weekend in Sidnette. So.
Yep. Hey, y'all stay tuned. Tons of news coming at you, tons of stories, tons of fishing, and if Gary's involved, a lot of you. See y'all in a minute.
Stay tuned for more Paradise, Louisiana. Voted Best of Louisiana Outdoors 3 years in a row.
There's no better way to cool down this summer than with a delicious thirst-quenching Polar Pop Cup from Circle K. The Polar Pop Cup is the coolest way to beat the heat. Fill your Polar Pop Cup up with the flavors you crave in crushed or cubed ice. Nothing stays cold longer, so you can stay refreshed all day long. Stop in Circle K today for an ice-cold Polar Pop Cup. Polar Pop Cup, only at Circle K. Take it easy.
You're watching Paradise, Louisiana. Woo!
Now's the time to join Benny's Unlimited Wash Club. New memberships start at just $9.99 a month. Wash, rinse, and repeat every day. Take advantage of this introductory offer at one of Benny's 7 locations.
I'm Captain Stephen Pierre. We're fishing out of Bourgeois Charters today in Lafitte, Louisiana. real cloudy. Artificial lures aren't going to work too well. We're going to have to try shrimp on the bottom. Just fish these little flats out here. Hopefully we can pick a few up today.
What I'm wearing today is one of our brand new jackets. It's called the Prime 1 series. This Prime 1 series has won lots of awards this year so far. It won the Best in Show award at the ICAST show down in Orlando a couple months ago, so we're very proud of that. It's our first ever Best in Show award. So what this is, it's a 100% breathable, 100% waterproof setup. In addition to being rainproof and waterproof, it also has a zip-out insulated liner made out of insulated insulation. It's something that's, you can use it in multi-climates, you can use it all during the year. Just take the insulated liner out. If it gets warm, zip it back in when things cool down. We're really proud of it.
Really proud of it?
Yes, sir, I'm proud I've got it on this morning. It's a little bit different.
But look, they still redfish. We're going for your mama or your papa. Oh, big bass. Wow, what's the size of that bass? Wow. We don't care what the weather is out here. We catch fish in terrible weather. Look at that.
Pretty.
Hi, I'm Dickie Brennan. I'm a chef restaurateur from New Orleans, Louisiana, down here in Lafitte, Louisiana, living the good life.
Oh yeah, this is old school here. What they do an issue.
We scaling the trout.
Because we're going down to the French Quarter, the fancy restaurants, we're going to make it look fancy.
Y'all fry them whole with the head on, y'all mount them and stuff. Yeah, seen that.
We do the scaling.
Scaling and good. Look at it.
Hey y'all, Captain Tofield Bourgeois. I want to talk a little about the catch and cook process we have down here in Louisiana. So you can be a resident of Louisiana or you could be from anywhere in North America. Come down here to southeast Louisiana, go out in the bayou, catch your speckled trout, your redfish, flounder, whatever it might be. You can bring it to New Orleans and have it cooked. So how cool is that? So right now in New Orleans, as of today, we went out and caught some fish. We're going to clean them up, we're going to bag them, we're going to label them. And with participating restaurants in New Orleans, how crazy is that to go to the city, have the fish you caught in the bayou that day, then sitting in the French Quarter, have your meal prepared by a chef right there in front of your eyes. Catch and cook, man, it's the way to go.
Oh, Lord.
So follow us from catch to cook. Hi, I'm Dickie Brennan. I grew up in New Orleans, Louisiana, and I grew up in a family that's been in the restaurant business for 3 generations. A lot of my growing up was in the kitchen at my dad's restaurant, Commander's Palace, where Paul Prudhomme was our chef. So my first chef mentor was Paul Prudhomme, and when I was leaving going to college, Emeril Lagasse was in the kitchen. So been very fortunate for a bunch of reasons. One, to grow up in a wonderful restaurant family, but the other thing is to be in the restaurant business in New Orleans, Louisiana. It doesn't get any better. We have the greatest year-round resources when it comes to food. Our fisheries is second to none. The mouth of the Mississippi River is the most fertile fish grounds in North America. There's always something in season. And I always say, you know, you couldn't find a better city to be in the restaurant business, and it's because of that food products, and we get the farm year round. But it's also a great American city, turning 300 years old this year. So rich with traditions, people in Louisiana, we live to eat. We don't eat to live. And so I'm blessed that I get to spend time in the food world, and that I also get to come down to places like Lafitte, Louisiana, and catch some of the most incredible seafood you could imagine. All right, so you followed us from the catch. Now it's time for the cook. So we're here at Bourbon House in the French Quarter, New Orleans. We're on Bourbon and Iberville, and this is our chef, Ryan, and he's taken all the things we've caught, and now we're gonna do what we enjoy doing, making a big fuss out of just getting real creative with some of the finest seafood in the world.
So first up, we're gonna do kind of a traditional blackened style. I do a little bit of a honey drizzle over that, and we're gonna have a fresh whipped creamy garlic vinaigrette going on there. We're gonna use the Steens cane vinegar on that, which is gonna be from our local cane vinegar provider, Steens. So I've got the vinegar right here if y'all want to take a look. So this is gonna be the Steens cane vinegar right here. That's
y'all familiar with cane vinegar?
So this is made from, kind of a pure sugar style vinegar and you can see the color from that. Has that beautiful caramel color from our natural cane sugar.
When they started producing this, I mean, to me, it's like apple cider vinegar. But it's here, it's local. We know where it's coming from. We pretty much.
So we made a quick seafood sausage out of all of the scraps for 100% utilization of y'all's fish. We put a little crawfish, a little jumbo lump crab meat folded into the middle of that sausage, and then made kind of a beautiful mousse and poached that really quickly. Made some slices, and we have that under your fish in your papillote. It's topped with some crab fat butter. So we take the beautiful orange fat out of the crabs that we get, and we whip that into a butter. So that butter is going to be over the fish, a little bit of white wine, a little bit of herbs in there. And we use y'all's beautiful speckled trout for that. So then, for a really beautiful presentation, we're going to do some of the whole fried trouts that I've scored to where you just kind of pop your fork into the little nuggets on the side and pop them off, and it's just like scored right on the side. We're going to do the cornstarch dredge on that, a little sprinkle of that cane vinegar. And then we have two sauces for that. We've got a Alabama white barbecue sauce that we're going to do with that. And we got a little bit of crystal honey made with the crystal hot sauce that we're going to have that little honey on there, a little arugula salad with radish. Finally, for the fourth savory course, we're going to have, and we have a really cool fish that I deboned a fish from the inside out and stuffed him with crab meat head on and trussed him up, and we're going to do some slices out of that.
Good stuff. What kind of fish was that?
That was a big old redfish.
Redfish.
Yeah.
I'm ready for some of that.
And then
he took what Topia did and took it to another level.
And then, he's totally stuffed. He's got the head on. He's looking at you. But we're going to do some beautiful slices, and we got a very nice lump crab meat mixture stuffed inside of that guy. That should be a really cool presentation. And then finally, we have the redfish on the half shell, which is one of our signature dishes. We usually do it with jumbo lump crab meat and lemon butter, but today we're going to switch that up for y'all a little bit. And I've got a new young chef working with us over here. This is Dave Scally. He's from Detroit, and he's learning local cuisine.
And he's getting Creolized.
So we're Creolizing him a little bit. So we went through a beautiful sauce Orleans, and we made a stock from all the bones of the fish that we had from today. We got one that I'm gonna fillet a fish for y'all real quick, just so you can see a little bit about that.
Sweet.
We have one trout for the fillet for that, and then I have kind of all the stock seasonings and everything, and so we have really beautiful stuff for y'all today. We're excited about it. We're gonna finish it up with bread pudding. This is the largemouth bass that was caught today. So we scored that guy, and we just baked it, grilled it, and then baked it with some lemon, salt, pepper, and a little bit of fresh thyme. And this is just going to be a taste. Since there was only one fish like this, it's just going to be a little pop and taste kind of deal on him, so that everybody gets a little bite. The culmination of this entire process is to ensure that you get the freshest fish in the safest way possible served to you right at your table here at the Bourbon House.
Drum
and papillote. So it's a fish sausage with crawfish and crab, surrounded by a fish mousse, and that's on the bottom. And then there's blackfish drum on top with some crab butter, a little Creole seasoning, fresh thyme, and some white wine. And then we just encase it in parchment paper. So as it cooks, it steams and it locks in all the flavors of the fish.
So this is our little papillote that we made. It's going to be, it was cooked inside of the parchment paper. We've got a seafood sausage underneath, a little bit of the speckled trout on top that you guys caught today, and then a little lemon butter sauce. Super simple. In the sausage, we use all of the scraps from the fish that we filleted today. And we also incorporate a little bit of crawfish tail and jumbo lump crab meat. All right, guys.
That was
so this is a whole red fish that has been stuffed in its entirety, deboned and stuffed in its entirety with crab meat, still connected to the head there. It's pretty awesome. And then we have the whole largemouth bass that we grilled very simply with salt, pepper, a little bit of garlic, and olive oil.
Green trout.
Yeah, that old green trout here.
Yeah, that's a green
trout.
trout.
Right, you get that river trout all the way out here in the bottom. It's really all about being creative, and you know, it's just such, Dickey Brennan Company is such a developmental company, and they really push us to strive and to be the best that we can be when we're using these fresh local ingredients. So it's really, you know, it's the drive behind us that puts this type of food on the table, so you can't beat it.
So if you find yourself coming down to the French Quarter, come look me up. You can find me at Palace Cafe, Mr. B's Bistro, Dickey Brennan Steakhouse, Bourbon House Seafood and Oyster Bar, or our new restaurant Tableau right on Jackson Square. And would love to be able to greet you and be hospitable and show you some of what New Orleans is world famous for, and that's just good cooking and good enjoying and meeting and interacting with people.
Okay, Brett, safety and car insurance.
Never scored a safety. That's defense. But go on, please.
Yeah, defensive. That's exactly how you should drive.
There is no such thing as a defensive drive. Offense makes the drive.
Oh, I mean when you're on the road.
But it doesn't matter, home or away.
Okay, clearly I'm striking out here.
That's baseball.
Get great auto rates from Farm Bureau Insurance. Call your agent today.
You're watching Paradise, Louisiana.
Pause moving and storage.
We just sold our house.
Congratulations.
We have 2 weeks to move.
We'll deliver a few containers.
Our new home's not ready.
No problem. You can store things with us while you're between homes.
We might need help.
We'll refer trusted packers.
We'll be staying at my brother's.
Well, that sounds...
He has kids of his own.
Well...
5 of them.
Ma'am?
Help.
Trust us for local and long-distance moving and store at our storage centers. Pods, moving and storage, solved.
Captain Dave Therese, Barataria. We're out to look for some speckled trout today. We caught some yesterday. We got a lot better wind conditions today. It's a lot calmer. So we're gonna go try out a little top water first thing this morning, and then we're gonna do a little tight liner, see if we can catch some trout.
I'm Ryan Sawyer. I'm with Otterbox.
I'm Fred Garth with Guy Harvey Magazine.
Okay, we're going to do a little tight lining. Tight lining worked well yesterday for us. So we tie about 30 inches of fluorocarbon onto this braid, and we're going to use matrix shad. They've been hitting on pogies.
Let me see it. That color?
They've been hitting on pogies, so this matches a pogie pretty well.
That's called a magneto?
That's called the magneto, matrix shad. It's been a good bait. It's been real productive. It's productive all year. So we're going to throw it and see what's going on.
Okay.
First cast, top water. Hit a good one. Hit a good one. There you go. There you go.
Look, that's why.
Captain, tell him what kind of bait he's fishing.
He's fishing a little speckled T. Obama speckled T.
Yeah. That's another way he's been catching.
Yeah, catching them on that made for Chad. Tight lining on the bottom. Slow reel. Slow retrieve. And we're fishing in the Wrigley's. We're fishing kind of close to the marina, not real far. And we're just fishing a big grass bed and bouncing these 1/8-ounce jigs. Ooh, there was one right there. 1/8-ounce jigs on the bottom, real nice and slow. And the trout are picking it up.
There you go. Come bring him to your left. There you go. What's saying? There you go. There to get swing him. Just swing him in the boat. Hey. Look at me, Ron. There you go. There you go, Ron.
All right.
Y'all starting to do the number. Y'all catch 10, I'm gonna put my rod down.
The magazine is Guy Harvey magazine, after Dr. Guy Harvey, who's a PhD marine biologist, scientist, artist, and it's www.guyharveymagazine.com. Well, we publish 4 times a year. We are all over the country. It's all about fishing and boating and some little scuba diving, all through the lens of marine conservation. So we're all about the conserving the environment, sustainability, sustainable fishing, and trying to make sure that that we have the good fish stocks for future generations. So that's what we want to do is make sure that everybody has a good time fishing, but just fish responsibly.
I'd say first things first is the food. The frog legs are amazing. It's just we've had a great time. The weather's changed 24 hours from being extremely windy to beautiful fishing today. So there's a lot of reasons to come out here and enjoy the beautiful weather, beautiful sunrise. A little bit different than what I'm used to in Denver. Yeah, OtterBox is definitely well known for their phone cases, but little people know that we actually got our start in the outdoor world with dry boxes, and it made sense for us to move into the cooler space, tumbler space, as well as the soft coolers. So definitely a lot of new products launched in the last year and a half, and a lot more to come.
I had the delay for you for the camera.
Nice one, too. This don't work. Bring him in.
Ready?
I'm ready. There you go. Let him out here. Let him bounce around. And see if he's a thumper.
Oh, he got it myself
He's
off.
a thumper. You made him thump.
Yeah, baby. Oh, come on, baby. Oh, come here, sweetheart. There you go.
Ain't no monsters, but they're fillets. Yeah, that's
not bad there.
fish. Hold him up toward the sun. There you go. Let me see that white belly. There you go. There's old friend.
Right in the
Guy Harvey magazine.
That's it, baby.
All right, Mr. Gary, it's March 13th, 2018. We're here in Louisiana. It's roughly around 50 degrees, maybe 48 this morning when we got up. My hometown in Arvada, Colorado, just outside of Denver. It's gonna be 58 today and 70 tomorrow.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
Thing got turned around.
That's right. Good snowshoe feed thought by the weekend, but it's warmer in my hometown than it is here.
Gotta drink that water even when it's cold. That can dry you out even faster in cold weather.
on camera there, sir.
With the fish. I want y'all to see that. I've been shooting camera again all morning. Captain Tariq rigged me up. He said this is his best bait. Told me to quit jerking. I ain't got my just grab it glove, it's a fish. Captain Dave said, you don't see that, that's that matrix shad. Look at that little 1/8 jig. Got a big hook.
Yeah.
You did it, Captain. He ain't gonna make it, huh?
Oh, yeah, he'll make it.
You sure he ain't gonna make it?
Yeah, he'll make it.
He ain't gonna make it. Thank you. He's and get Scott. I gotta go back with the camera. Got Mr. Fred on there. The guy Harvey magazine. Look, he taking pictures. I thought he knew more about it. Yeah, told him how to open it up.
Yeah, well.
He had used to all them stills.
That's right.
I think they're getting smaller.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think he's gonna make it.
He might make it.
I don't know.
I doubt it.
No.
Well, let's see. May you'll be out more outside in Barataria Bay for the speckled trout, and in October and November we usually hit a lot of Little Lake. The passes in Little Lake, all the shrimp will be coming out with the fronts, and the trout will be stacked up on them. There are a lot of bird action at that time. Makes it really easy to find fish, and customers have a great time because it's one after another.
Yep. Let me tell you, thank you, Captain. We got the captain on camera right there, Captain Dave.
Put me on double duty.
You know, you told everybody this morning, you said you're gonna fish a tight line, you're gonna reel it in slow, and you started getting bumps, you slow it down even more. And that's what it is, taking the same pattern you started early this morning when there was no wind, except they were catching a few on top, but here it is, the wind blowing again, you hear it. I still can't catch a keeper, but that's the secret, Captain, thank you. There it is, that's an 1/8 ounce. What kind of jig head you call that?
Golden eye. Or red eye.
Golden eye, that's a golden eye, that's it, that's said bait. And that's that magneto. And the reason he says magneto this morning was there's pokies all up in here right now in the regulars. There he is, bye.
Yeah, we got one here coming. Just a
You're
good
getting ready to
fish
go,
here.
huh?
Oh yeah,
Good fish. Oh yeah. That's almost big as this topwater fish. That's almost big as Fred's topwater fish. Oh, did I?
That's a good one there. Nice trout. Nice Louisiana, southeast Louisiana. That was a nice trout. Good trout.
Good trout.
Yeah. Very nice trout. And we're still catching.
Them boys don't know how to sling them in the boat. I don't want to get my hand dirty. Why you didn't make me bring my glove? My mitt. Hold on. Look at that, look. Right through the side of the mouth, Captain.
Yep, get it well.
Don't throw this back?
No.
Yeah,
No, don't throw them back. I've already told you twice you threw back 2 keepers. As you're watching Paradise, Louisiana, we had a great day here at Bourgeois Charles. All right?
All right. What's that, Wayne?
In Louisiana, Our state parks are the perfect family destination. With nearly 180 miles of trails through park grounds and historic sites, you can endlessly explore nature, try some kayaking or world-class fishing, then find the perfect campsite or settle into a cozy cabin. Louisiana is calling, and she's using her outside voice. Plan your escape today at www.lastateparks.com.
Stay tuned for more Paradise, Louisiana.
The best part about being a member of a Touchstone Energy Cooperative is that it's your Touchstone Energy Cooperative. That's the power of your co-op membership.
Demco, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. We've got some news about HB 391. It's something we've been hearing a lot about, and it's super, super important. You need to stay up to date. If you check out the Louisiana Sportsmen's Coalition, they've got updates about this, and it's about our access and future access to water, basically, and our ability to hunt fish later on. So super important. Make sure you check it out.
Everything we're doing right now is to keep y'all abreast and informed of HB 391. We'll say it again so it sticks in you. Now, Gary and I have spent a lot of time over the last week or two going over this, and we want to present fair and balanced. So, Gary?
Well, like I said, I've talked to some of the landowners, I've talked to people at the sportsman's show, some of the people that are recreational hunters and got land and got leases, and to be fair and to be enlightened. Because there's a lot of things, we recreational fishermen, we leaning. You know where we leaning right now, but I want to let you know, this is not over. I've got invitations out to the Louisiana landowners, their lawyers, and everything. So we've offered an invitation. We're going to interview them. Whatever they say, we're going to bring it to you. So if you want to weigh in on this, Gary at ParadiseLouisiana.com or even your website, whatever you want to do, if you want to weigh in, just send us your opinion. Also, we're talking about the recreational fishing license right now, Louisiana Wildlife. Fisheries are trying to change that recreational license in the way they presented them and how many numbers they have. Well, I've already talked to the Louisiana Wildlife and Fisheries Secretary, Jack Montessette. He has offered to come on, but I told him, I said, give us a few weeks. So if you got any questions you want us to ask him, we might bring him on the show here, but we might have to go to his office, his busy schedule, and get his opinion and what they're trying to do. So to keep you informed, try not to get too tied down with too much controversy and long.
Hey, I have two amazing fishermen with me and outdoorsmen, but most of all, these guys head up Louisiana Sportsmen's Coalition. The tentative date of April 9th is really important. House Bill HB 391 is going before committee. Guys, Darryl, I'm going to start with you. Darryl Carpenter, give us a little gist of what's going on.
HB 391 is a bill introduced by Representative Kevin Pearson. It's a bill that tries to address, or at least begins to address, the public access issues of our waterways. There's been several numbers about it, but it's no secret that the majority of our marshlands and waterways are privately owned, and more we're being restricted from access from people claiming ownership of it. And this bill tries to address that issue.
There's a lot going on, y'all. We're going to really stay on top of this. Y'all stay tuned to this. Look, Anthony, you've been passionate for this for a long time.
Yes,
What's
sir.
the bottom line?
Bottom line is, if this isn't addressed now, our kids and our grandkids isn't going to have anywhere to go fish. It gets worse and worse by the day we're out there.
Well, remember, the tentative date is April 9th. Go to their website, check it out, join LASC.com. We got it posted on the bottom. More to come on Paradise, Louisiana.
But we got so many news, I don't even know where to talk to. Some things coming up, especially events. Some of them are way down the road. This is one very important to us. The very important one is this weekend, I was telling you, the high school qualifier, be at Cincinnati, and we'll be there, or Pelican Broadcast will be there doing it live. So you can watch in the weigh-in and be in the evening, be Pelican Networks in Lafayette, Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Morgan City, and Coxdale on 113 and different stations. You can pick them up. KPBN, they're going to be the weigh-in for the high school qualifying championship. So let me tell you what, there's no telling how many of those people are participating. Now, more.
I think you're looking at a little over 225 boats. We're just going to have 2 kids and a parent. So you start doing the math at 700 people, managing that, weighing them in, getting them moving. You know, my partner Gene Hoover heads up the high school division, and just kudos to them and what they do. Jim Bro and them, they just had the junior high, and we're going to have that coming up in turnover reports. Yeah. But guys, this is a big deal. The bite is on down there, so it could be some serious weights coming in.
Be sure of that. And don't forget, you can see it on the Pelican Broadcast Network. Look, this is a good friend of ours in them. Everybody knows these people over there. Bobby Lynn, Mr. Bobby Lynn Gross. The tourism, the Cajun Bayou, Lafourche Parish, they are putting on a fundraiser and awareness deal. It's going to be Friday and Saturday, April 20th and 21st. Now, one of them's a golf tournament. To all y'all golfers, I don't want to shy y'all, but the big deal is a fishing tournament coming up. There's a brochure on it. You want to find out more about it, you can call the information to visit CajunBayou.com or call John 985-381-0733. The other numbers are, you can call Bobby yourself and Bobby Lynn. So that's what those CCA tournaments, the one probably Wednesday, you might be too late to get that one on. But right now, CCA Feliciana chapter is the one I'm talking about. CCA Livingston chapter is Thursday night. So if you're watching this Wednesday, if it's the CCA Livingston chapter, then be over there. And don't forget to sign up for the early bird. They got winners every week for early bird CCA. Sign up for Star. Don't forget about it. And I think that's all I got, Lindsay. You got anything, Katie?
Well, I'm going to give this on the news since it's going to be happening this weekend, Saturday morning, 8 to 10:30, Lamar Dixon. We have a kids fishing tournament tied in with our church rodeo, and all kids fish for free, giving away a bunch of bicycles and a lot of other stuff. Great time. It's at Lamar Dixon in the back of the area where the fishing pond is. Come on out there, bring your kids, bring your lawn chair, bring your poles and your bait. We'll pass a good time, a good family time. This Saturday, 8 to 10.
And one more thing, the one-man shoot, we've been announcing it all week. That's going to be Saturday, Riverside Shooting Clays in Watson, Louisiana.
All right, we'll be right back.
There's no better way to cool down this summer than with a delicious, thirst-quenching Polar Pop Cup from Circle K. The Polar Pop Cup is the coolest way to beat the heat. Fill your Polar Pop Cup up with the flavors you crave in crushed or cubed ice. Nothing stays cold longer, so you can stay refreshed all day long. Stop in Circle K today for an ice-cold Polar Pop Cup. Polar Pop Cup, only at Circle K. Take it easy.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana, and now we have the H&H Lure Tournament Report. Gary?
Well, I'm going to go right now. I'm going to go to that False River and New Road Public Land in Southwest Junior Bass Masters. And had another great tournament. And by the way, you hear the fishing report. They're still catching fish at False River. 15 to 18-year-old age group, first place was Trace Day from Denham Springs. There's 2 places, they were tied. And placed the second, Hanson Cheney and Walker at 10.53, and Connor Russian at Pride, same thing, 10.53. Third place was Wyatt Ensminger from Pride, 10.15. 4 bass. Big bass is Brennan Richard from Walker. 11-14 age group, that was Jacob Long from Denham Springs at 8.42. Second place, Bo Landry. Third place is Case Collins, Big Bass with J.J. Nelson from Denham Springs, 7 to 10 year age group. Blake LeRae from Bruley. Second place was Noah Roblin from Denham Springs. Third place is Caden Sellers from Denham Springs, and Big Bass was Noah Roblin. Lindsay, you got a couple events, or you?
I do. Recently in the Lake Verret area, there was a Sac-A-Lay tournament, and we do have some of the winners from that. So Glenn Davis and Kevin Newman are in first place. Total weights were 8.8. And then next we have Kenny and Jerome in second place. 7.98, and then Dustin and Lindsay Boudreau, 7.52. So good job, guys.
Well, our little guys down at East Central Sports League had their tournament out of Amelia. Terry Malaya and Jimmy Atusa won it. They had a good little string of fish with 12.34. Second and third place for father and son teams, which is pretty cool. Murray and Ryan Alexander with 10.85 in second. Kyle and Marlon Malonzo with 10.32. Big Bass, kind of like Charlie Long, Bubba Rossi, tough on them big bass. He had a 4.17 lunker. So that's all I got in those tournament reports of what's happened.
Well, the Palapalooza was a big deal. I was trying to read them. They came in late last year. We didn't tell him, but the main winner is Mark Eubanks. And Mark is almost family member. He sent me some stuff, and we got some pictures there. Can we show you? It was a big deal. Some of the local names, you know, and Steve Lassard and them, and all these guys they placed. So we'll run them on the board, and you can see them. And just remind everybody. And I love getting these reports, but you got to send it in by Sunday night so we can talk about it, and we send all the pictures to the editors and get it done. They also had a Oahu Calcutta, and it was over there in Trade Winds, Oahu tournament, and they had a Kahu at the Trade Winds, and down in Cocodrie, and Randy LeBlanc, his daughter Randy LeBlanc, Jody LeBlanc's daughter, who out there, they won that Calcutta, so I wanted to show that picture on there. I guess I could have showed them fishing report, but we got a lot of other things coming up, and I want to mention, this ain't a rodeo, but should have been in the news, but the high school archery tournament put on by the Wildlife and Fisheries, again, tremendous stuff was put on by the Wildlife and Fisheries. They're doing this every year. They were trying to place, they were winning scholarships. They go to Louisville, Kentucky in May. I'm gonna try to read some of these names, but Airline High School in Benton, the schools, the elementary schools, they're always placing high and winning them. I'm gonna mention some of these kids' names and their shots. Aiden Haynes in Benton Middle School, 293. Eno from Benton, also 291. Tyler Pope from Benton, he had a 290. Amber Long, the girls from Benton Middle School with top female with a 290. So just to mention the names.
Well, that's close
sent.
scoring.
Huh?
That's close scoring.
Oh, that was taken up. But you remember, in May, I promise you we'll be coming back with you. These kids are always winning national championships.
I didn't realize the accuracy is getting so much. Ron DuPlessis was taking us last night and explaining with all they're working with these custom guns that they're doing, that they're getting at 100 yards a pattern of a quarter of an inch. Now, that just don't compute to this old Cajun who shoots all over the board. But, you know, we got a lot of stuff coming up.
Fishing report.
Fishing report. It's time to talk catching. Not what they caught, but where we're going catch.
Ask me about my Tempur-Pedic.
Ask me how fast I fall asleep.
Why not talk to someone who's sleeping on the most highly recommended bed in America?
Ask me about staying asleep.
Tempur-Pedic owners are more satisfied than owners of any traditional mattress brand.
Ask me how it feels after 10 years.
Tempur-Pedic, the most highly recommended bed in America.
Ask about Tempur-Pedic at Olin's, where you know you always get the guaranteed low price. Olin's is the only store in Baton Rouge and Lafayette with the full line of Tempur-Pedics.
You're watching Paradise, Louisiana.
Now is the time to join Benny's Unlimited Wash Club. New memberships start at just $9.99 a month. Wash, rinse, and repeat every day. Take advantage of this introductory offer at one of Benny's 7 locations.
Welcome, y'all. We're discussing how we're going here. The Berkeley Abu Garcia Fishing Report is straight up and at you. I'm excited about the fresh water, but it's hit and miss right now. We warned you about the high water. Be careful, because it's high. Bell River and all that's kind of don't mess with. Same thing with the spillway. But Bayou Signet, they got that tournament coming out. You're going to see some great fishing weights coming out the Catawachi area, out of Lafitte area. Still a lot of good bass getting caught. We went last week, caught quite a few fish, still had some eggs. Same thing in that same general area. Bayou Buff and Lake Buff, they've been fishing it hard. Still a lot of great fish coming out of there. Bayou Black, Hutch and them with Don Hutchinson that went down there last week. they had probably a 20-pound stringer. So you know there's still a lot of great fish in the marsh. Also, we're talking about people fishing up in the north side of the lake.
By the way, Don Hudson sent me a picture, but he got all the fish. I want to see his pretty old face in there. He didn't send me a picture. They said, be sure and put people in the fish. Now, you can send me a box shot, but go ahead and talk about it, because there's a lot of other fish coming from that area.
Well, there is, and look, jumping up to the north part of the state, talk to David at the Honey Hole. Now, look, that wind is making it tough right now. So you got to pay attention to where you're going, what you're doing. You said that last week. Each day is a different day. Well, David said down there right now, the high water is different fishing, but Darbon has been hot as a firecracker. The sac-a-lait have been migrating, so you're catching some shallow and deep. Bass on the beds are doing great. They're also doing really good in Caney. They've caught some great bass this year in Caney.
And some sac-a-lait.
And some sac-a-lait. And some chinquapin. Also, one thing I forgot to mention, they are really catching a lot of catfish in the intercoastal. Down below Bob Black and all, fishing in the intercoastal, catching some great catfish. We caught those couple bots. You'd have fun with that. Those diva gals hooked in that big fish, they were screaming and hollering. But you got anything else on the freshwater?
No, down there the same way you talking about Bob Bluff and all in that area, and the Zalmas. The Zalmas, they're catching those fish. But the big concern right now, and wildlife and fish is concerned to everybody, is those apple snails. Apple snails, they're eating all the grass, they own everything, they see me. I think why they call them apple snails, but somebody showed me a picture, and they were on these canes or the reeds and grass, and they bunch of look like little red bees. I guess that's why they call them apple snails.
Well, the mature snail kind of looks like an apple if you look at it.
Yeah.
Well, let's jump to some salt water now.
I'm not jumping. I got some fresh water.
Oh, okay.
You jump in the river, we'll jump right
We're going to jump right back. We got springs.
I've been making it. I got pictures, too. You ready? No, number one is, you're talking about sac-a-lait. I got a report coming from the Funky River. My buddy Dave Pistol, a lot of them have been catching some sac-a-lait in the Defunct River. Down in Slidell and Pearl River, some of the best sac-a-lait fishing and brim fishing this time of year. Bayou Lacombe, all there, you can stop by there at all them bait shops, and they'll tell you right now when they're buying the bait on, they catch them on shiners, and they also catching them on jig. The hottest color I've been hearing, people catching in the Lake Verret area. The other sac-a-lait I'm talking about coming from Lake Verret, Bay Natchez, Pat's Bay, also they're catching bass. Jack Miller's, I talked to a lot of people that were coming up and showing me blue and white, that water's off color. Blue and white's the best color. Clear water, black and chartreuse. Toledo Bend, okay? Bunch of pictures came in to Toledo Bend. Rennie Carter came by here a while ago and showed what he caught last week, and they're getting ready to go back again, but I'm getting great reports. Rennie is fishing in the Indian Mound area. I'm getting plates from Housing Bay. They're fishing grass. He's fishing a watermelon seed. They're called wacky worms, so y'all getting me all messed up right here. This is some pictures I got from the Toledo Bend.
Well, we get a lot of responsibility. We're taking total responsibility for him messing up.
Yeah, well, Richard, hey, Goto and him is 6+ pound bass. We got Mike Ordwine, and by the way, he thanked us for wishing his daughter a happy birthday. Mike Ordwine, we met down in Bob Black. He's been fishing there. And then Amy O'Quinn Smith, that's a big fish. Ponds and lakes, another things you want to be fishing now. You fish ponds and lakes, they're hot. Wherever you're going, even after the rain, they clear up, they go to fish. Remember, even right now, we got the cool fronts coming in. You go to that northwest corner, and a lot of times you catch those fish sitting on the bed or spawning. Spawning fish are still out there right now, all them areas. My grandson Blake and his sister Anna Ashford to catch some top water in the subdivision lakes. I got a big report that you can't get in there, but all these subdivisions down in South Baton Rouge, they got those big lakes, Lake Sherwood, all them other lakes right now, they're catching sac-a-lait in them. But you got to be a
tell them Uncle Gary lives there and try to go fish that.
You go with one of your neighbors, one of your friends.
Go meet somebody.
When you come back now, you can go ahead and you can get your salt
water.
A
little bit of salt water.
I got a bigger.
Well, Lafitte, they've been catching some trout early in the morning. This wind makes it tough on everybody, blows the water out. Reds, they have just been wearing out some reds. Grand Isle, They caught a bunch of those. They were catching their trout, fishing, you know, just tight line and shrimp. Now they're catching the reds on the rocks. The spec bite is off. I talked to Custom Charters, Tommy Pellegrin. He said they went out the other day and they managed a total of 3 trout on a trip. Now that's tough if Tommy tells you that. But go out anywhere in Pelto, Terrebonne, fish on the rigs, live shrimp on a jig head or hook. I mean a dead shrimp, excuse me, not a live shrimp. They caught 50 sheephead per man between 4 and 6 pounds. So good meat, a little hard to clean, but hey, that's where the bite's at down there. Talked to Herc. Herc said the same thing. They're having to go. Darryl said the same thing, move it further north, get around a little bit clear water. They are catching some specks, but it's not where you would normally catch them. The bite looks like the trout is still in and not migrating around the beaches. I think that one rush that they had at Grand Isle was on the moon. Talked to him in Delacroix, same thing. Johnny Nunez, the fishing magician. When Johnny tells you trout fishing's tough, you can take that to the bank. But he said they're still fishing inshore. What he's found out, rather than going in Elwha, he's fishing around Lake Bourne. There's a lot of new natural habitat that they put out with the rock beds that they go ahead and work off of. They mark, and he says these oyster reefs and rock beds are the key to catching fish right now. So that's the biggest thing. I got the high school covered. Central rigs. If you go out around the central rigs, going out, you know, from any one of the various launches you could launch at, same thing with the sheephead. They said the trout will do any day.
Well, my saltwater report, Island Marina, been tough. She's been giving great reports, been tough. In Island Marina, I talked to my buddies that fished in the bridge. They were trolling. They caught 6 trout trolling. They went back, dropped shot in a couple places. The water is moving in. Mike Gallo is doing it. And by the way, April 6th at Island Marina, they have CT, Captain Gallo. They're going to be giving you a report. That's a perfect timing because that water will probably be all the way through. They're going to be cresting, and they're going to tell you how to fish those lakes over there in the Pontchartrain Basin. So if you want to go by there, go by Island Marina and talk to them. But go to any of those marinas right now, especially Island Marina. They tell you what bait they're catching them on, whatever they're doing is perfect way to do it. This is a long way off. By the way, I'm going to go back to freshwater. I forgot to tell you about False River. It's been hot as a firecracker, but you got to know where you're fishing. They put out gravel and them things, and these people are fishing. They slow rolling these special spinner baits, big spinners, they're doing their own, or when the water gets tight or they get shallow, these fish are cruising in there, and they fishing jerk baits. Any kind of jerk bait, your favorite jerk bait, and catching this.
Hey, I qualified to fish a jerk bait because 101.
No, you're a patient jerk bait fisherman. I've been in the boat with you. This bait, I don't talk about H&H. Hottest bait fish for fishing under the lights right now. They're getting at the camps, you know, and the wind was bad. Wind day down. They turn them lights on. Speckled trout, white trout, redfish. This little bait right here. You see it right there? A glass minnow. This is a good color, but it ain't the best color. Best color is with the black back. They're out of them. I can't find them. I'll be getting them. And I got to tell you about these baits. It's the most natural bait I've ever seen. That's a pokey. They got mullets. They got big ones. They got for tarpon.
And he's got them on his side and locked up where I can't get to them.
Yeah, you trying to get my bait. I'm gonna bring you some. The guy's coming, gonna fish with us. They from Florida, and remember that guy. You go on the website, if you don't believe me, it's called Unfair Lures. And that's it. Don't forget our sponsors too. H&H got them all. They make them for Matrix Shad. It's been hot as a firecracker. We fished with it last week. I'm on in the near future, because we got a lady here. This is a long ways off. They got the Cocoa Classic coming up, so we'll be giving that. That's in June. Swole Fest is in June. Best tournament going for charities. They give more money to charities. Children's Hospital to benefit out of that. And KD,
don't you have a little giveaway to talk about?
Huh?
Don't you have a little giveaway to talk about, somebody giving a little something away?
Oh, I didn't tell you. I didn't show you the turkey pictures. See, KD, what would I do without you? I'm telling you what, I'm glad you're here. But here's a young man killed his first turkey. But I want to remind y'all, Bowie Outfitters is going to sponsor. If you send us a video Which way that camera got to be turned? Sideways?
Horizontal.
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 You sent us a good video, and we use it on Paradise, Louisiana. You're going to be eligible for a $100 gift certificate from Bowie Outfitter.
Perfect, perfect.
Don't forget it. That's it.
That's it. And
That's it. I'm ready to go.
Mark, Superior Bait and Tackle, amazing place. I'm Chef KD, signing out. Keep God's paradise, our paradise, and Louisiana's paradise.
Paradise. Paradise, Louisiana is presented by
Louisiana State Parks. Follow your outside voice to our parks and historic sites.
Farm Bureau Insurance, Demco, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative,
Pods, moving and storage solved.
Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change, Louisiana Fish Fry Products, and by CCA Louisiana and the CCA Louisiana Star Tournament.